This guy against Dylan Donegan. Little ironwork stack. I like it. I like it a lot. So fun story. Talked to Dilligan before the tournament. Did I say Dilligan? I said Dilligan.
Yeah.
Talked to Dylan before the tournament, and I saw he was playing a game against Benjamin Nikolic, and I saw that Dylan was playing Ironworks, and he normally plays Grixis Death Shadow. He actually made either a tweet or a Facebook status about how this is the first time he's played a different deck in Modern in a year.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw him playing Ironworks, and I said, "Hey, do you know what you're doing?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Because if you don't, we're not putting you on camera." Because when an Ironworks player doesn't know what they're doing, it's
horrible.
It's bad TV.
It's already not great TV to begin with, and if they're sitting there just not knowing what's going on, it's unbearable.
So, Dylan said, I played in a local event and made the top 4 when I didn't know what I was doing last week. I'm like, okay. And he said, and then my friend and we hashed out all the sideboard plans and everything, and now I know exactly how the deck works, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Now, was that true? We're going to find out right now. As here's a Mind Stone. There's a Mox Opal. He's got 3 artifacts. It looks good to me.
Yeah.
Looks good to me, Dylan.
So far, so good.
All right. You know Dylan won his Invitational 4 years ago?
Wow.
Yeah. How depressing is that? We are old. 4 years ago he won in Seattle. Sukenik with a land, pass the turn back over to Donegan.
I don't think this matchup is really that great for Sukenik.
I'm not sure what matchups are good for his deck.
Well, he's got 40 creature removal spells, and then his sideboard is 13 creature removal spells, 2 Baneslayers. So those matchups are probably okay.
All right, those are probably fine. I do not think this matchup is good for him.
No.
Here's a chromatic sphere. Crack the sphere. I do remember, here's a Yavimaya Coast, and now there's a star. I do remember talking to Matt Nass. I think it was after a second Grand Prix win. There's a Helix going upstairs. I was just like, how easy have these been? He's like, really easy. Yeah. No one knows what's going on with my deck. So I think people have started to learn exactly how Ironworks works, but you have to can you imagine being Matt Nass playing this deck when people are like, what's going on? I guess I'll kill your scrap troll. He's like, I'm going to kill you in response. Go away.
Right. It's the deck leans into elements of the rules that don't come up that frequently.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I think a lot of people come to the table assuming that shatters are going to be good because it's a
horrible
deck with nothing but artifacts, and they're horrible.
Well, yeah, what do you think about this meddling mage naming Krark Clan Ironworks?
Yeah.
You ever seen that before? And a Thalia. All right, I'm going to kill those and kill you. Man. See, here we go. Matt Nass wouldn't do this. Matt Nass would already know what to do. Going to be a tough critic here, Mr. Donegan, given our earlier conversation.
Just cast it. Sukenik has, no counters in his deck. It's fine. From here, he's got a Mana Leak and 3 Logic Nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty clear for takeoff. I think he might go for it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, Dylan, I'm going to do this. Is this good?
Sukenik's hand is just bolts.
Oh, no.
All right, well.
Sukenik is reaching for the water bottle. And Dylan is reaching for ways to track mana.
Has hit the F6 button.
Yes.
With a lot of cantrips to work with here. So mana, not a bottleneck.
No.
From here, it's just, can you find the pieces?
Here we go. There's the colorless one.
I like Donegan coming to the conclusion that all my hand can do is this. So, and next turn it gets worse because he potentially has access to Cryptic Command, so should just go for it now.
All right, we got some manas here. Sacrifice a Chromatic Star, draw a card. Dylan's going to play a land, tap the coast. I'm going to guess for green mana. Yeah, it's going to stir it up. I think he's safe to know that all of his spells are going to resolve. He's looking for old Scrappy T now. If he can find Scrap Trawler, it's easy mode. That's a Terrarion.
Oh, is that some commander artwork or something?
I don't think so. Yeah, some weird stuff like
Oh,
shadows.
yeah. I thought I thought it was the black puzzle knot,
No.
and I guess that kind of makes sense.
No.
It's a little weird. You don't have that much black mana,
Yeah.
but like whatever.
Okay, you do you.
It's just Edgar Wellsprings 5 through whatever. That's fine.
Icar Wellspring will go to the graveyard. Donegan will draw a card. Here's a sphere. There you go. All right, this is good mechanically from Dylan. Proud of him.
Yeah, you got
Proud
it.
of him. Going to play a Stirrings now with that green mana he made from the sphere. Take a look at top 5 cards. Still looking for Scrappy T. No Scrappy T just yet. Take a sphere. Keep looking for Scrappy T. Let's get a quick look. Let's get a quick live look in at John Sukenik if we can.
Yeah.
See how he's enjoying this. Okay. Sukenik just making sure everything's on the up and up.
This is what I hate about the deck from.
Oh, really?
Playing it takes a long time. You hold priority the whole time, and it's not deterministic. You can't just concede.
That's correct.
Because he can fail from this spot.
He hasn't found Scrappy T yet. And Dylan slowed down a little bit. He's a little worried now. Got to crack that Mind Stone to draw a card. Draw a card. There's Terrarian, still rolling. Sack it, 2 mana, draw a card. He's already played land for the turn, so he can't play Inventor's Fair and crack it for Scrappy T. There's Mind Stone. Use it, crack it. Still has 2 artifacts on the battlefield. Might have the old whammy. I actually think he just whammied.
Well, he can still, yeah. Okay, so he's ritualing up with engineered explosives.
Okay. All right, so Mind Stone, sack, draw a card. Scrappy T. He's going to sacrifice Mox, 2 mana. Wellspring, no mana floating, draw a card. Sack Wellspring. Oh, I think he found Scrappy T. Play Mox, 2 green. Sack Mox. There's Scrappy T. Now, he's got to be a little concerned with removal.
Yeah, he still has to be mindful of the various electrolyzers and bolts and such.
Correct. Sacrifice Icar Wellspring. Trigger Scrappy T. Scrap Trawler is going to target Chromatic Star. Here's Path to Exile. Dylan Donegan's going to have a response. Sacrifice Scrap Trawler. 2 more mana. Get back Icar Wellspring. All right. Path won't resolve, of course. All right, Wellspring. 2 mana. Draw a card. Star. Float through Star. Actually, sack Star, excuse me. Plus a mana. Draw a card. 3 colorless, 1 green floating. Sack a Wellspring, up to 6. 5 colorless and a green. And draw a card. On the hunt for Scrap Trawler again. Oh, no. I don't think he found it.
But it's not like he's busted. It's
No.
just next turn.
Oh, there's a Mox, and, yep, that's why he can't concede. It's not game over. Now, can Dylan rebuild? Sure. Sukenik with a second life. Definitely plenty of games still left to be played here because Dylan Donegan, of course, has a copy of Inventor's Fair. I think multiple copies of Inventor's Fair. That is a Chromatic Star. Sack that. 2 colorless, draw a card. Let's try again, shall we? Darksteel Citadel is what Dylan drew. He's got Engineering Explosives in hand. Sukenik just played a Colonnade, passed the turn back. Sukenik's turns are so boring.
Turbo players. That's 630 Legacy Turbo and 630 Modern Turbo. Pairings for round 1 of 1 will be posted shortly at the gathering point flag. Once again, 630 Modern and Legacy Turbos. Pairings for round 1 of 1 are being posted.
All right, quick little graveyard check. Yeah, I think Inventor's Fair is starting to work itself into the equation here for Dylan.
Yeah.
Paging two-headed giant teams, hopped, and Ice Guru Douglas.
You see Engineered Explosives in hand, a couple of lands too.
Very land heavy. Several lands in hand, which makes sense. I mean, the deck is so almost everything you can just cycle once you have the Ironworks in play. So if he's not doing anything and he bricked off, the most likely explanation is he just drew a bunch of lands as he's going through his process last turn.
A little bit of frustration here for Dylan now. He tried to go off from a good base, found Scrap Trawler, got stopped more or less by Path to Exile, and being a little unfortunate. Now, if you're Dylan, the question is, do I want to play around a counterspell or not? Try to go for it now, and Dylan says, nope, good enough. Sukenik, oh yeah, go get him. Bzzz. Electrolyze will resolve. Back over to John. Dylan going to put away those mana counters for now. I think he might need them a little bit later, though. We'll see. All right, let's crack Inventor's Fair. There's Scrappy T. Search your library for an artifact card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Activate this ability only if you control 3 or more artifacts. You're snappy.
So it looks as though Donegan just passed the turn off there, and I guess he's trying to set up playing multiple relevant spells in the same turn to power through one Cryptic.
Overload either the counter magic or maybe potentially multiple removal spells.
Yeah.
Here's an attack for 2. No, Donegan's kind of getting low.
He's got to move. He's got to move in the next turn or two. I mean, going from 10 to 8 from the Snapcaster Mage attack the following turn, not inconceivable to get bolted out from that spot.
All right, second Inventor's Fair. And plan now is Mirror Retriever.
So now he's got multiple pieces of the attrition-y stuff to help slog through removal spells.
I think the plan now is mostly be able to cobble together multiple instances of Scrap Trawler.
Right. Be able to get it back in a way that one counter spell or one removal spell can't break up.
All right, step 1 here for Dylan. This again might be Scrap Trawler, though he's a little unsure of himself. He's going to check his graveyard here real quick. Lay it out, see exactly what he's working with down there, which is a lot. The turn you saw him try to go off, went through a lot of artifacts, a lot of cards. That's why you see the stocked graveyard. All right, Scrap Trawler. Yavmaikos and Mox Opal at the ready. Four mana, could be Cryptic like you mentioned. So I suppose it could be a Field of Ruin activation too, though I'd be surprised.
That does not seem like a great use of mana in this
Yeah.
spot. So it looks like he's looking at Logic Knot and Helix as, well, he can choose between Helix and Electrolyze as his interaction for the turn. So he gets one counter.
So here's Logic Knot.
Though I think the Donegan can still just, I mean, with the Opal and the Citadel, he's still got plenty of mana to work with to keep going here, if that's the only interaction that Sukenik can present.
All right, going to sacrifice Citadel and now play Retriever, it looks like. And keep in mind, Donegan hasn't played a land yet for the turn. So here's Retriever. That is... See if it resolves. Looks like it will. All right, sack Retriever. Get back Scrap Trawler. See, we're all learning together. Next up, I think, is Citadel. It's actually going to be EE. Okay.
So plenty of mana to work with.
Yep. Sack and Mox 2. Up to 6. Down to 2.
And I think this Ironworks is supposed to just act as another piece of protection for the Trawler.
Mm-hmm.
As then he can sack in response and get back a 3.
Or get back a Mirror Retriever.
Right, yeah. It's
Yep.
just another little
Doodle-loop,
piece of
doodle-loop.
cushioning.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, sack Ironworks.
So not choked on mana, and he has all the pieces, is
Yeah.
where we've gotten to.
I think that is where we are, my friend. Let's see what Dylan wants to return. He might be thinking old Scrappy T now. All right, another Scrap Trawler. Target Scrap Trawler. There we go. Sukenik hasn't given him the green light just yet. Three mana. Here's Scrap Trawler. No mana floating. Now will Sukenik make his move? Is there a move that he can make? Here comes Lightning Helix.
This is I believe this is a bridge to nowhere. As it's just free to get back the Retriever, and
Yep.
then you're just back in the same,
The same lock, as it were.
I think Donegan, he has the body language of someone who is hoping that each piece he plays will get a concession.
Yeah.
Like, I know this is good enough,
Yeah.
and I can sit here and try to figure it out, or hopefully you can just pack.
I know it's good enough. You know it's good enough. So why don't we just...
Please just save me the...
Why don't we just save it for everybody?
Because I'm not, 100% fluent
Yeah.
in this yet. I know that body language from combo players.
I bend that body language.
All right.
There we go. Sukenik.
And Sukenik was showing another Scrap Trawler, which is like, I don't know if this is even enough.
Yeah, but I have this.
Another thing.
So, I'm pretty sure you're dead, and you're pretty sure you're dead. So let's move on to the next game. Dylan Donegan going to win again, everyone there. You know what? Oh, a little wink. Somebody's feeling a little confident there in the box.
Yeah.
There's the Dylan Donegan I know.
There you go.
We will start with Jonathan Sukenik, who's got 2 Celestial Purge, 2 Dispel, 2 Runed Halo, 2 Vendilion Click, 7 one-ofs, an Anger of the Gods, Baneslayer Angel, Disdainful Stroke, Elspeth Sun's Champion, Negate, Settle the Wreckage, and Aware Tear.
This is a really not good sideboard for this matchup. Negate and Disdainful Stroke are both fine. I like the Vendilion Clicks. That's about it.
Well, my question for you, is why would one bring a sideboard for this matchup? Almost no one plays this deck. I understand why Sukenik's sideboard is this way.
You can have some rest in pieces or some Stony Silences and bring them in against other people.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
He is really lean between main deck and sideboard for this matchup.
Let's go to Donegan's sideboard. 4 Nature's Claim, 3 Psi, Master Thopterus, 2 Galvanic Blast, 2 Negate, Defense Grid, Gear Power, Aether Grid, Lightning Bolt, and a Pyroclasm.
I like the defense grid, the 2 negates, and the size. I think some mixture of that would come in.
Do we cover the former Invitational winner square? Is that on yours?
I don't think that's a square. I have 2018 Open winner, which I lied and checked off.
Ah, right.
Thinking that Dylan had won in 2018. It was 2017.
Right. Okay. Never. Oh, match with an Invitational winner is on mine. It was Caleb already. I take it back. I take it all back. Let's talk about a former Invitational winner. Actually, our most current Invitational winner, Aaron Barrich. Mm-hmm. Hello, Soldier Token, with this fun hat, which I learned. Okay, first of all, 504 jersey. / kind of Pelicans jersey, which I love. And then the hat that Aaron Barrich is known for wearing, he lost it.
Oh, man.
I found out about this last week. Apparently, he came back from a tournament, set his hat down somewhere in his apartment, and can't find it. Just tough life.
It's just that it's in his apartment somewhere.
Yes, I thought the same thing yesterday. I thought the same thing last week.
Like a true detective sort of.
But you could be.
But, well, whatever. Anyway, if you want to get your hands on this token, a couple ways to do it. Easiest. Start showing up to the Opens and Classics, which has already started. If you can't make it out to our events, any order from Star City Games, $5 or greater will be shipped with this token. And I found a little trick. Here we
go.
Break it.
Okay.
If you have your event picked up, you can, when you check out at Star City Games, you can have a shipping option, which is pick up at an event for free. Okay. So if you're coming anyway. Okay. So if you want to if you want to do a $20 order, let's say.
Yeah.
You just make 4 different $5 orders.
Oh.
They combine them, and they give you 4 tokens.
Well.
Hopefully, Pete, don't fire me for revealing this. I have so many Aaron Barrich tokens. So many of them. So anyhow, come out to the event, and however you want to hustle our website, go ahead, get yourself a play set.
I tried to stop him, but not really.
I could play with Secure the Waste.
Yeah.
I got so many of the Aaron Barriches.
Nice. You're ready to roll.
And they've been out for 2 weeks.
You're good. You're good. That's important. That's important that you clear that up right there.
Yeah. Just one more hustle.
Also, he can't fire you. You're buying from the store regularly.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're doing that, you've spent at least $20.
Right.
You're reinvesting back into the business.
Yep. I'm just saying, you want to split those orders up. Star City automatically combines them. You don't even need to ask them, but they still give you a token per order. So you get it coming and going.
That's smart. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just found that out today where I was like, how? There's so many tokens in here. What happened? It's like, oh, I get it. The orders got combined.
Scalding Tarn to start. Here's Darksteel Citadel. Let's go with a Pyrite Spellbomb. That'll take care of a hate card or 2. Sukenik will sacrifice that fetch land. Going to fall down to 19 in the process, and that is a Steam Vents. For Sukenik, he got a lot of love at the Pro Tour 25th anniversary with he and his team. That was a very impressive run for those players. Sukenik showing that he can get it done in all areas, up to and including Magic Online, Watchwolf 92. Don't get paired against him, because you're going to lose. Grow the Burn Willows into an Ichor Wellspring. Draw a card. Sukenik going to sacrifice his Flooded Strand after Dylan Donegan plays an active Mox Opal. Rumor has it Big Dan Teague might be online tonight. What are the chances of that?
I wouldn't rule it out. I think it's a lot more likely that I bird your action than I get in the queue myself, but
might be firing up a Titan Shift later this evening.
Yeah.
That deck is really good at losing play points. That's kind of that deck, especially recently.
Yeah.
Doesn't really bring them in.
I'm play point flooded. If you want to bang on my account a little bit.
Play points should be for trade. I'm putting that out there right now. Those should be tradable. Mostly because I don't have any right now. That's why they should be tradable.
All right, you can play on my account.
All right, deal.
So these play points and don't play very much.
So it looks like Big Dan Teague will be online. Here's a Mox after floating a little bit of mana.
Although we can't play on different accounts. They it's like a thing now, right? They pretend like you're not supposed to play. Wizard of the Coast, if any of you are listening, I would never share my account with anyone.
Here's a path to
I
exile.
would never
No.
consider.
In response to that chromatic star, as a Thopter is made from
The
side.
integrity of my account is sacred.
That's correct. That is correct. And when you watch me play, you don't help. You just
Never.
watch. You just watch.
Well, well, it's hit or miss if I actually am helping.
That's true, too. That's true. Dylan will draw. He's found a copy of Kark Clan Ironworks. Get in there, little Thopter. I wonder what kind of noise a Thopter makes. Probably like a little beep.
Like a mechanical bird. Like a little, like a toy bird or something.
Okay.
That's what I imagine.
Can you make that noise? You have anything for that?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Sukenik, of course, equipped with a creature removal spell.
That Thopter's toast.
I got a path, I got a bolt, I got a helix. It's game 2 against Crackland Ironworks.
Here's a search for Escanta.
All right, Donegan, go for it.
Only got to worry about. He's got to worry about Logic Knot, Negate maybe, Mana Leak.
I'm surprised these lists don't. I guess I don't know what the industry standard is, but one defense grid seems a little lean. Seems like if you played it against some of these decks, they would have no interaction.
It seems justifiable. Scrappy T. Use a Grove. Work some mana through. Get back a Mox Opal. I think Dylan's going to make his move here.
You must not know me, Dylan, but I have a removal spell for your creature.
I think it is likely, yes. We're going to see another Scrappy T. This deck is a hoot.
Yeah, and from here, Donegan can sort of just grind out some value.
Oh, yeah.
And if Sukenik is actually defenseless here, then comboing out next turn is not that hard. But you can see he's going to drain out the removal spells, the counter spells, whatever. And then Donegan can easily get to a spot where he's able to, say, even play 2 copies of KCI in one turn and overwhelm a single counter spell.
All right, Naj Drum made a good point on the play points should be tradable. If they were tradable, they'd be no different than tickets.
Yeah.
Good point. I rescind my previous request to the powers that be of Magic Online.
Also, when they're not tradable, you can be more liberal in giving them out as rewards and incentives for various things because you don't have to worry about what happens when someone makes 1 million accounts, blah, 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 blah.
Very smart. Comment rescinded. Please have that edited from the tape.
Although I guess the output for your play points was still tradable things, so they're still capped in some respects. But
Path Exile. Well, some scrap trawlers have been handled. Let's go back over to Dylan, as he's got some rebuilding to do. I think that's at least 2 scrap trawlers down. And then Sai got pathed, I believe. Okay. Here's an Ironworks.
And if it's hit with a Logic Knot, that still represents something of a win for Donegan as it slows down the pace of Search for Escanta flipping over.
Mm-hmm.
And with nothing really going on in the game, Donegan wants to delay that for as much as possible because you don't want Sukenik to be able to spin up some counter spells.
And when Donegan plays a card like that in Buried Ruin, I don't mind my spell getting countered. I can just get it back, keep doing my thing. And Donegan's going to sacrifice Buried Ruin, get back Kark Clan Ironworks. It's like nothing happened. Donegan will draw a card. Picked up another copy of Grove. Is Dylan willing to go for Ironworks in the face of 4 untapped mana? It looks like the answer might be no, but he's reorganizing.
Yeah, he might want to try to set up 2 spells in one turn.
Here's Snapcaster Mage.
Bang!
Definitely bang on him. Helix U. Search trigger. All right, Scalding Tarn to the bin. Draw a card. 5 cards in the grave right here for Sukenik. Sukenik looked like he picked up a copy of Disdainful Stroke.
Yeah.
All right.
Path and Bolt.
Yep. Fighting back. There's Inventor's Fair.
All right, so Inventor's Fair now allows Donegan to go get a second copy of Crackline Ironworks and try to play 2 spells in one turn next turn.
Mm-hmm. as Kanta has transformed into the Sunken Ruin. Bang. Down to 10. Looks like Teferi in hand, but if you're Sukenik, I don't think you can try to play that.
Well, if he has a sample stroke, then you have the line of just play Teferi, draw a card, untap my 2 lands. I have the same cover that I had before.
Okay.
I mean, the problem is that if Donegan knows that he only has to beat 1 counterspell, it might be deterministic that the game's over. Sukenik might feel like I can't beat 2 spells in 1 turn. I have to keep up appearances. And that also it might be better to hope that Donegan does nothing, and then I can try to find something with Escanta as well. And I think that's where Sukenik got to. It's just the Teferi is too revealing that all you need to do is beat 1 thing, and Sukenik has reason to believe Donegan has beat 1 thing already set up.
He's got to keep up appearances.
Yeah.
Well, Adventurous Fair found a copy of Clan Ironworks. Donegan will draw for the turn. Now he's just got to figure out how he wants to tap his mana. It looks like he might be starting with an Ancient Stirrings, and he will. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 cards. Adventurous Fair among them for Dylan Donegan. You have Maya Coast too. I guess he's going to do a little bit of counting here. Remember Team Lotus Box getting to work. Now he's just trying to figure out how he wins it maybe this turn. Looks like Inventor's Fair is the weapon of choice here for Dylan Donegan. Keep in mind, I believe Donegan hasn't played a land yet this turn, so he's going to play.
I mean, this is the setup, right? You try to get to 4 mana, play both the Ironworks in 1 turn.
3. Mox. 4. Ironworks. All right.
Okay.
He knows it's time to roll. Right now, Donegan has a Mox, a Darksteel Citadel, and an Ichor Wellspring as eligible artifacts to sacrifice, in addition to that Clan Ironworks. Looks like he's going to start by sacrificing the Citadel for 2 colorless. He'll got his handy-dandy mana counters. And let's see what old Dylan Donegan can do here. Looks like it'll be a Mirror Retriever. Out of mana right now, but he's going to sacrifice a Mirror Retriever for 2. Going to get back Chromatic Star. Play a star, down to 1. Float some mana. Actually, excuse me, sacrifice a star, up to 3. Draw a card. Picked up a copy of Ancient Stirrings. Where to go now if you're Dylan Donegan? He's a little unsure.
Yeah, now that he's made the land drop for the turn, he doesn't have green, and I don't know if he has a way to get to it now. He sacrificed the star just for the 2 colorless, I think trying to just brute force getting enough mana to work with as possible, but now he's without green and has a Stirrings as a piece that he needs to play.
Now again, if memory does serve, Donegan has not played a land yet this turn. I believe he has Yavimaya Coast, so he's going to play
right,
that.
Yeah, he played the Opal to get his 8th mana
Correct.
source. That's right, yep.
Because I felt he wanted to sandbag the land in case he was going to play and activate an Inventor's Fair. Here's a Mind Stone, somewhat expensive way to do it. But that's his land drop for the turn. Mind Stone in hand, sacrifice a Wellspring, up to 5, draw a card. Play a Mind Stone, down to 3, down to 2, draw a card. There is a chance that Dylan Donegan's dead-ended this turn. He's going to play a Mind Stone.
Yeah, especially with so many trawlers exiled.
Mm-hmm. Sack a Mox. Down to 1. Draw a card. And it's a reluctant passing of the turn. Nowhere for Donegan to go. We head back over to Sukenik with Path to Exile, Teferi, and now Logic Dot in hand. And a Stotch Graveyard. Here comes Snapcaster Mage. Donegan down to 7. It's Teferi time, folks. Up to 5, draw a card, untap a couple of lands with Logic Knot at the ready. We go back over to Dylan Donegan. He will draw. Looks like he drew a Chromatic Sphere.
And Gear Par Aether Grid as well.
Mm-hmm. And there is the sphere. Sphere now is generating green mana. New card coming. How about a star? There's a star. Sack the star for 2 colorless. Draw a card. Wellspring now. There's Ichor Wellspring. Use that 2 colorless mana. Draw a card. Wellspring obviously eligible to be sacrificed to add 2 more mana and draw Donegan a card. There is the land for the turn. That'll be Inventor's Fair.
Although Donegan now at this point a little lean on artifacts to work with.
Mm-hmm. It's not getting easy here for Dylan. Again, already without 2 scrap trawlers. They've been pathed. He's already used a Mirror Retriever. And it makes you wonder how comfortable he is. Now there's Gear Power Aether Grid. So maybe he transitions to this, as this is probably worth countering.
I mean, it puts Sukenik at no clock.
True. Can work down on Teferi too.
Yeah.
Interesting. We're going to see Lodgenaut here delve away quite a few cards. Sukenik will likely get this to work, and he does. And no mana floating. Yep, and it looked like he didn't have enough to sacrifice the Inventor's Fair just yet. So, as we head back over to Sukenik, well. Delve 5+ cards to cast a spell. Don't mind if I do ski on the old bingo board. And I think, is that a win there for John Sukenik?
Yes.
Well. Oh, now it's serious. Oh, yeah.
Serious mode.
Do you buy the tickets to the gun show? Get him, Dylan. I love Dylan Donegan. One of my favorite players on the SCG Tour. And you know what? I got to give Sukenik some credit here. Sukenik is unflappable.
Yeah. Yeah, he's always had a very good bedside manner, good demeanor at the table.
It's just business as usual here
Yes.
for the Jeskai player. Nothing going to bring him up or down. It's pretty impressive stuff. So you see these players going to get ready here for game number 3. They know each other quite well. We learn a little bit more about Jonathan Sukenik now. The 26-year-old from South Plainfield, New Jersey. Is that close to you?
Yes, very close.
Yeah?
15 minutes.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Jeez, okay. 6 open top 8s. No wins. We got to get that updated. I think he's got at least 1 Envy top 8. At least I thought he did. I thought he top 8'd the one that we – I think he lost playing for top 8 the 1-2 invitation ago. I take it back, John. My bad. Maybe number 7. Top 8 on the way here. Founder and headmaster of the Sukenik School of Crushing. What do we –
This is a bad player slide.
what do you think here? Can always be found playing games with the school between rounds. Passionate about collecting cards from other TCGs and CCGs to use as tokens.
Yeah. John's great. This is not a great job.
Do we put this on Nick?
No. People just submit whatever they submit, you know.
We're going to have to figure out what the Sukenik School of Crushing is, I think. It's got good hair. Give him that. Oh, there it is. Double D, Dylan Donegan. 21 carat. You know he's a senior in college now? Do you remember when we were calling matches and he was like, I don't know what college I'm going to go to?
Mm-hmm.
This is insane. This was his first week of his senior year of college. Gary, North Carolina, 13 open top 8, 2 open wins. That Envy top 8 in Seattle, and that win. He's your youngest invitational champion. I think he won that bad boy at 17. Studying criminal justice at East Carolina University. He's a music producer. He loves himself some drums. And he normally likes Death Shadow, but he's giving things a go here with Ironworks. Not doing too bad either.
No. Learning as he goes.
I would like to, for your next Modern tournament, I just want to make you play Ironworks for your next Modern tournament. You just go in cold. Good luck.
I would just spend 2 evenings with Matt Nass and be fine.
Oh, I guess that's true. You have the cheat code.
Yeah, I have the cheat code.
Yeah, you actually have the nasty cheat code.
Yeah.
Darksteel Citadel into Chromatic Spheres, where Donegan's going to start. For Sukenik, it's an Arid Mesa. We'll see some sort of blue mana land there. It's going to be Hallowed Fountain instead of Steam Vents into Serum Visions. He'll draw 1, scry 2.
See now time becoming a concern here.
And understandably so. Sacrifice their Chromatic Sphere into an Ancient Stirring. So, of course, that sphere is sacrificed for green mana. We're on the hunt is Dylan Donegan. Not sure what for, though, as he consults his hand. Take a Buried Ruin. That'll be the land for the turn. Next up is a Star and a Mox. Over to John Sukenik. We're going to go. Sukenik will draw. He'll play a Searcherous Kanta. And things could get ugly here, depending on what Donegan has.
Yeah, I mean, this could be a kill from this spot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. There's Ironworks. I do not feel good for...
No, this is not.
I don't like this for John Sukenik. I do not like this at all for John Sukenik. Scrappy T. Sacrifice Chrome Star, draw a card, return Mox Opal. Play Ichor Wellspring, draw a card. Sack Ichor Wellspring soon enough, I'm sure. There's Mox Opal. Well, Donegan knows what he's doing when he's going off. It looks like he's really moving now. There's another Scrap Trawler. Yep, all done, folks. A turn, 3, kill, stamp it, stamp it! Boom! Dylan Donegan wins this match over Jonathan Sukenik. 2-1.